I'm going to tell you a little story about overcoming bigotry. And it starts with a woman. We will call her Lulu. So, a while back, when I started dating Lulu, I did not realize that she was a bit of a bigot. And neither did she, actually. She grew up with a religious family. And so she considered herself a good person, and the concept of her being a bigot hadn't really crossed her mind. It hadn't crossed my mind until one day we're on the bus. I noticed her being uncomfortable around some black people. And I started to notice, between blacks, gays, poor people, stuff like that, she tended to be less comfortable. And it was noticeable to the point where one day I was like, Lulu, I need to tell you something. I tell you because I care. I noticed that around certain people you have a bit of judgment in your eyes. I used that sign, I said, bigotry is a big turnoff for me, and I'm telling you this because I care, and it's something that I think you should work on. And whenever this happened, instead of calling her out around people and everything, I was like, hey, I let her know. And eventually she started to catch herself, she started to realize this, and she started to work on it. And eventually she got to the point where she was, being more open and welcoming and everything. I was so proud of her. I was amazed because bigotry can be overcome, but you got to overcome it with love. You got to welcome people to notice this and improve. Welcome them to improve and respect. That's what we need to work on. If we approach them like warriors of social justice, like they're going to be defensive. But if we approach them as people who care, who want to address a concern, then we can start working on healing. And for those of you who, for whatever reason, are worried about changing your minds, like being called a flip-flopper or something like that, the scientific method is all about changing your stance in light of new information. We need to welcome this. We need to say, hey, I've reflected on things, I've improved my perspective, I'm capable of growth. Like that's really important. We all have to be willing to grow. And some of that might be willing to stop being that warrior and start being the person who welcomes change in others, in ourselves, the right change.